The Jefferson curl is one of the best exercises to stretch your hamstrings, to stretch your posterior chain in general, so your glutes, your lower back, your adductors, etc. And there are many variations you can do. But in this video, I'm going to show you maybe the best one, using a chair, some yoga blocks, and some weights.
The flexibility guy, Coach Elia.
Hello everyone and welcome to Mobility Academy and the Flexibility Guy, Coach Elia. And in today's video I'm going to show you how to use a chair, some yoga blocks and some weights to stretch the hell out of your hamstrings and your posterior chain with an exercise called the Jefferson curl. Alright, but before I start, let me remind you that if you want to increase your flexibility, I've written 2 flexibility books. So if you want more shoulders flexibility, lower body flexibility, there's a split stacking, my lower body flexibility book, shoulders range, my shoulders flexibility book, and you can check both following the link in the description down below. All right, now with that said, let's start. So I have a chair and some yoga blocks because I already made a video about the seated Jefferson curl where you basically stand on 2 chairs, but a lot of people may find that variation kind of too hard to do because it's really similar to a pike position. Now, during this variation here, you can really start from whatever kind of flexibility level you are at. All right, so the yoga blocks have to be slightly lower than the chair. As you can see here, my feet are not in line with my hips. My hips are higher, all right? And this allows me to put more pressure on my legs. And I can also fall down more with my trunk, all right? So the idea is really simple. I do want to start on top, but first, let me remind you that you want to sit down properly, all right? So don't start with your back closed like this. I got a complete guide here, guys. So if you're struggling to do that, all right, to really sit down with a straight lower back and with your hips in anterior tilt, I got a guide right on this channel. Check that guide out. Now, you do want to start here, all right? So open hips, straight lower back. From this position here, I do want to move my yoga blocks under my feet. So as you can see, the sitting position is crucial here. From this position here, I do want to take the weights and I do want to start on top, right over here, all right? Keeping my legs straight, I do want to go down with my trunk, reach the best stretching position I can, and come back up. Can you see that I'm really moving my trunk toward my legs as much as I can? And thanks to the fact that my feet are not really in line with my hips, but slightly lower, I can bring my torso a little more toward my legs, all right? And this may be done at whichever height you want to use. So for example, you can also use a height like this. Even easier, all right? Because here, I don't have this angle here, all right? I got this angle here. So it's easier for my body to go down and to press against my legs, all right? Now, of course, there's a limit. And I do think that you should walk with your legs not against not on the floor, not with your feet on the floor, all right? They should be slightly lower than your hips. Not too much though, not too much, all right? So I'm just using 4 yoga blocks, for example, here, or 3. That's a very good height. So you just want to make sure that your legs are kind of diagonal. Not too much, all right? Just a little bit. From this position here, you do want to start on top, keep your legs straight, go down, stretch, remain in the stretch for a couple of seconds, come back up. That's 1, all right? I suggest you do this 6 to 10 reps, all right? For 6 to 10 reps. On the last one, let's assume There's the last one. You do want to remain in the stretch a little longer. For example, for 10 seconds, you stretch the hell out of the hamstrings. You feel that the body is pushing down, it's pushing toward the floor, all right? And the weights are helping you go down, all right? If you feel that the weights are touching the floor, just bend your arms. Let the weights pull you down. And after 10 seconds, you stop and you come up, all right? So the main idea here is that we can use a really specific angle, all right, between your legs and your trunk, all right? Let me remind you that you can do this variation here also with another chair, the same height of this one. But that would put my legs into this angle here, which is a flat angle. You see that? And if I'm not flexible enough on my hamstrings, on my glutes, etc., to stay in this position, just the fact of driving the weights down is impossible, because this angle here, can you see that? This angle here is too hard for me just to start, all right? So what should I do? I should decrease the angle. Can you see that? Now the angle I got here, all right, is easier for my body to handle, all right? And from here, all right, I can put my hips into the correct position, and I can also drive my body down, because this angle here is not too hard for me to hold. This one maybe yes, this not. Maybe also this one may be kind of too hard for you. I said maybe too many times. Maybe, all right? So maybe again, remove one yoga block, all right? Maybe 3 yoga blocks. That's, again, the same concept, all right? You can play a little bit with it, but as I said, don't exaggerate. Just few centimeters down. So take this height and just decrease it a little bit. Play with maybe 2 heights. For example, this one, play with it, feel how it feels. Then maybe you can also use the other one and feel how it feels. Do you feel more the first one or the second one? And depending on the answer, you can use the first height or the second one. Alright guys, so at this point I hope that everything is clear for this Jefferson curl variation. A really interesting variation, especially for those of you who start with flexibility training and maybe can't sit properly with the standard variation of the seated Jefferson curl, so with the other support at the same height of the first one, all right? And I'm trying to just use this variation here to start. This is so good, so good. Once you can bring your chest fully in contact with your knees, then maybe it's time to raise the second surface up, all right? But not before that, because with this angle here, you can make a lot of progress here. Now, I know that you may have a lot of questions or a lot of doubts, a lot of opinions. Even if you try this exercise here, maybe you have something to ask. Please feel free to ask and to put a comment down below, all right? And I'll be really happy to have a little chat with you guys, all right? Also, remember that if you enjoyed the content, you can hit that thumb up button and help me grow this YouTube channel. It means a lot to me, guys, and you know that, all right? So, with that said, that's all from the Flexibility Guy, Coach Elia. See you in the next video.